Hello, my name is James. I'm a knee, foot and ankle specialist, and today we're going to talk you through the best walking shoes for women. So we've selected 3 of our favourite pairs of shoes that we typically recommend to our patients who are looking to improve their walking, have more comfort with their walking, and some of these shoes are not the type of shoes that you typically expect to be advised to wear when you walk, but we're going to explain to you why they're really helpful. So the 3 shoes that we're going to talk about today are the Skechers GO WALK, the Topo Phantom 3, and the Hoka Clifton 9. All 3 have different features, and we're going to break down each of these, and hopefully by the end of the video you should have a better understanding of what type of shoe works best for you, and all the shoes that we discuss in the video are linked in the description below. So the first shoe that we're going to talk about is the Skechers GO WALK. So it's synonymous in the Skechers brand as one of the most durable shoe and one of the most popular shoes. And the reason for that is their arch fit design. So what it has is a little bit of stability under the arch of your foot, so it helps to cradle that arch. And inside the shoe it also has some arch support on the inner sole, so that can provide some comfort when you're standing or walking for long periods of time. It's got a really high heel drop, so that's the difference from the back to the front of the shoe, and that's 13 mils of a difference. What that plays a role in is when you hit on the ground, it's got a super soft cushioning, so it gives you extra comfort on your heel. But it's important to think about when we have a higher heel drop, that means there's more pressure on the forefoot. So if you're standing for long periods of time and you've got any pain in your forefoot from conditions like bunions, arthritis, metatarsalgia, common symptoms like that, having a high heel drop can irritate the front of the shoe, and we'll talk about how that contrasts in the other 2 shoes later on. Otherwise, it's got a really soft upper mesh, so it fits like a sock, and it comes in a non-lace format either, so it's just a simple slip-on shoe. It's a little bit narrow in the toe box for us. On average it's slightly wider than a normal shoe, but really given what you want is an anatomical fit to let your toes splay and give you more balance, it comes a little bit narrow at the top, and again we'll talk about the contrast in that in the other shoes. Overall, a really comfortable shoe, nice and flexible, it got a little bit of arch support, really durable, and an excellent shoe if you're looking for extra comfort when you hit the ground or extra comfort when you're standing. The next shoe up is the Topo Phantom 3. So the Topo might be a brand that you're not familiar with, but it's one that we absolutely love. It's different to the Skechers in terms of it's got a 5 mil heel drop, so the difference from the back to the front. You can see it's got a little bit thicker of cushioning, so that means as you apply weight to it, it gives you a bit more of a responsive feel as opposed to the nice soft feeling of the Skechers. And how that translates is that when you apply pressure to it, it gives you a little bit of a pushback. So if you're a keen walker that you like to walk fast, you got a high turnover of steps, this tends to give you a bit more feedback. What we absolutely love about the Phantom 3 is that it's got a really wide toe box, so that allows your toes to splay, offloads conditions like bunions, Morton's neuroma. In contrast to the Skechers, whilst they're a different size and shoe, you can see there's a drastic difference from the heel to the forefoot in terms of the width. So an excellent shoe, and it's known as an anatomical fit. So that fits the anatomical size of your foot. And one of the things that we love about it is that it's nice and snug on the heel to midfoot, but broad in the forefoot. What we typically find in the wider version of normal shoes is that they make the whole shoe wide, whereas this brand keeps a heel to midfoot nice and snug. And that's the thing that we find really common in women's feet, is that they've got a narrow heel and midfoot, and because of something like a bunion or arthritis, their forefoot is quite wide. Well, this accommodates it while keeping everything else nice and snug. Overall, it's a super durable shoe. It's got a nice forefoot rocker, helps pulls forward, helps to offload the forefoot, and really comfortable. The third shoe that we're going to talk about is the Hoka Clifton 9. So this is one of the most popular shoes within the Hoka brand. Traditionally it's known as a running shoe, but it's one that we often recommend to our patients for walking because of its ultra comfort. You can see it's got a super thick midsole. That means that it's nice plush cushioning, so it feels like you're walking on a cloud, so it's super soft. This is the wider version of the brand, and what you can see is the whole shoe is wide, in contrast to what we were talking about in the Topo Phantom 3. As a result, the normal fit is quite narrow, so if you've got a narrow foot, that's really helpful, but if you've got a wider foot, you might think about getting the EE version. It's got a nice heel canter, so it's nice and comfortable and soft on the heel as you walk. It's got a 4-foot rocker that helps you propulse throughout, but really the thing that we love about the shoe is the durability and the cushioning. So if you're looking for a super soft shoe with a low heel drop, got a little bit of stability by having some sidewalls along the inside of the shoe, then this is an excellent shoe for you. If you're looking for a low heel drop shoe that's a little bit bit cushioned and it's got really wide toe box, then look at the Phantom. And if you're looking at an all-rounder, then we look at the Skechers Go Walk. If you've got any questions on these shoes, please leave them in the comment section. If you found the video helpful, please like and subscribe to the channel, and remember, all these shoes are linked in the description below.